mics on? There they go. All right, hi. It is Pick Central, Barstool's daily gambling show where we talk gambling and we talk the Final Four and we talk college basketball and we talk everything else. I am Brandon Walker. I'm your host. I am, to go ahead and let you know, I'm wearing a sweet-ass looking American Gladiator shirt. It is beautiful. Thank you for noticing.
I was trying to read the names. Ev, what are the names?
Do you remember the names?
You got bad eyes. Yeah.
These are not the names of the competitors. These are the names of the events. Can you remember the events? Okay.
Yeah, they had the one with the tennis balls.
That was, I think that was assault.
They had the one with the rings.
What was the rings?
You're on rings and you kick.
I remember the rings thing.
They had the joust, which you were on a big platform.
Yep.
I remember that one. Atmosphere, where you got in this big ball and you rolled it onto these pods. The Eliminator, of course, was the main event, the obstacle course.
Yeah.
Powerball was you ran around on the floor and slammed balls into these baskets. Zap was a girl. Thunder was a guy. Gemini.
Lightning.
Nitro.
I
remember Nitro.
Nitro was my favorite one.
Lightning, I feel like.
Laser for sure. I don't think Lightning was one.
You sure?
I'm almost certain. I'm not sure Thunder was one.
I remember Nitro.
Nitro
was the OG, I feel like.
Nitro was the OG, yeah.
Couldn't tell you the face of any of them.
All right,
Boom Boom is my favorite one.
You're making that up as well. How come you switched mics today?
I didn't.
Okay. I'm Brandon Walker. Welcome to Pick Central. To my left, Big Av back in the building. To my right, Ben Mintz. Hello.
Hello. What's up, fellas?
Thank you. And to my further right, I was in Walk the Line this morning. I don't know what all happened out here. There was a Viva La Stool video that you stormed out, but certainly you've made your way back in. You're here. Rico Bosco.
I went to the store. I needed a 30.
Just every now and then you need a 30.
Can't have fucking opinions in this company.
I don't mind your opinion. I'd like to debate any opinions that we have.
I asked the question. That's all I asked.
Your question was, is this the most anticipated Final Four of all time?
No,
Is
incorrect.
this the best? Well, okay. What was it?
Would it be the most anticipated final?
Oh, yeah, but I thought y'all were discussing something else
No,
today.
they twisted it.
They were saying that this is not Dave said this is not a very good Final Four. And
Which I agree. After seeing the Final Four, yeah. But they didn't even give me a chance. Then they just switched it.
So I disagree with you, and I agree with you about your point. I think this has potential to be one of the better finals ever, as long as the seeds hold and we get I don't think Gonzaga Baylor is going to be all that anticipated outside of the diehard basketball fans. I don't think it moves the needle for casuals. I think it'll be a very low rated. But as far as inside the basketball world, these have been the two best teams far and away for the entire season, and maybe for the last two seasons. And now, hopefully, we'll see.
Plus, you have two coaches who are supposed to be the next guy to win a title.
Scott Drew and Mark Few.
Competing right against each other.
Few easily probably the best coach in college basketball that hasn't won a title yet. I don't see how you would argue that.
Mark Few has to be.
I also think he had some bad losses. Scott Drew's up there though.
He's up there, but Mark Few
is the guy.
And
absolutely.
just that he's built the program literally from like nothing.
But imagine if he goes fucking to win the title. He breaks through, wins the title, but goes undefeated. That's fucking insane.
No, it's special.
Listen,
special
I get it. People who don't follow college basketball, but I can't remove myself. I follow college basketball. So maybe it's like one of those, I'm in it and I'm so blinded by it that I think it'd be a fucking unbelievable final.
Your only downfall is you love college hoops too much.
Exactly.
You can't see a scenario.
That's his only downfall?
Today. It's my
Today.
Okay, all right.
There is no round of 64 that Rico can look at where there would be two teams that face each other. That'd be bad.
Exactly.
But you had something to say.
I was going to say Gonzaga. This has
Houston,
been going.
UCLA would be pretty bad.
Gonzaga's been going 21 years. I mean, they made the Elite Eight in '99. I think, Gonzaga's national enough to where I think people want to see them finally get a championship. This thing's been going on for so long. Baylor, on the other hand, hadn't made a Final Four in 71 years. Private school from Texas. I don't think there's national.
Well, this certainly, if Gonzaga is able to go through, and we'll talk about everything that happened to the Elite Eight. We'll talk about all that in a minute. If Gonzaga is able to go through and finish this undefeated season, this is a huge stamp that this is no longer a program that came from the outside. This is now one of your powers in college basketball. And it's been like that for a couple of years, but you don't stamp anything until you win a title. And this is their chance to finish the journey. They started as a Cinderella in the 90s, and they built and they built and they built and they built. And now they have a chance to not only win this title, they can sit on top of the sport a little bit.
It's ironic, too, that UCLA, one of the blue bloods, it sneaks in as an 11 and Gonzaga is the powerhouse.
Well, it's funny because the Final Four teams we have combined to win 11 national championships. That's true. That is the truth.
And UCLA has all 11.
UCLA has all
When
11.
you say it, it's not bad. This
Yeah,
sounds so bad.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
Skew
before
the stats however you want to skew it.
they have, it's like
When a network runs a commercial with a number 1 rated network, and it's like, from 3 to 6, from ages 13 to 14. You know what I mean? Like they love to skew.
Well,
anybody can say they're the number 1 network.
It's like Hank Aaron and Tommy Aaron are the brothers who hit the most home runs.
Most home runs.
They had 700 and I think 58 or something like that, and Hank Aaron has 755 of them, or maybe he has all of them. I don't know, but there's definitely a stat like that right there.
It's like in the newspaper when you say Big Ev and Rico combined to score 40 points. You don't need to know who had 38 of them.
UCLA is a great, it's a great
In your
story.
mind, though, it's you, though, right?
No,
I'm
it's
sorry.
Ev.
I'm sorry.
It's
I
Ev.
apologize.
Well, I was just going to say that UCLA, it's a great story with Cronin and all that, but no one really wants to see them in the Final Four, I don't think, playing these 50 games in the 50s.
I think now we're in a bad spot because there's so much pressure on it has to be Gonzaga Baylor.
Yeah.
Like anything else now, it's the biggest letdown ever, especially with a shit tournament.
How'd Kentucky let him get away? I mean, man.
He wanted to go play for a good coach.
Well,
Well, yeah,
from
Cal
Cali.
stinks. That's how they let him get away. Cal looks at a player for 1 year. If it doesn't develop into a lottery pick, then Cal's not going to develop the guy, so he's
Not
got to go
really.
somewhere else.
No.
So, all right, let's break it down. We'll go backwards last night to a couple of games. First of all, I just don't understand why anybody continues to bet against the spread or money line against Gonzaga. What have you guys got to see? Nobody's beaten this team. They've played 30 games, and they've won 29 by double digits. This is the best team in the country. Nobody's going to test them.
Hindsight's 20/20. You're right, but I'm done.
Done with what? You're done doubting
betting
Gonzaga?
again.
Okay.
No. And I shouldn't say that because I didn't doubt Gonzaga all year. One of my things when the Virginia line came out, I said this is a blowout. They're going to kill Virginia. So I've been right on Gonzaga there, but I just thought the Mobleys were going to be way better. Who was the fucking – I said it on Bench Mob today. We recorded. Who was the lottery pick? Evan Mobley or Drew Timme?
I mean, Drew Timme worked him.
Couldn't tell me last night.
Worked him.
I mean, him coming out early, what did he get? 3 steals in the first 2 minutes?
Timme had 12 points at I believe maybe the second media timeout. It was he put his stamp early. Now Mobley ended up scoring 17, but a lot of them were late and when it doesn't matter.
His brother played
1,000%.
better.
Yeah. Timme just dominated that, and I thought that Mobley would neutralize Timme and Mobley would play better, but Gonzaga was better at all 4 other positions and therefore would win. But Timme was 100% better. And
Gispert shot 3 of 10 too.
Gispert wasn't good.
You actually look like they.
Gonzaga both teams missed a whole lot of easy point blank shots.
I thought USC missed a lot early that were like
A lot of layups.
It's a lot of 4-point swings.
there were
You know,
yeah.
like, they got to get that one, and then of course Gonzaga's coming down and scoring. We're hitting a 3, so 5-point swing. I thought those happened early, and it was just body blows, and they never were going to get up from the mat.
Well, I don't even know if it was body blows. It was like they knocked them down early, and with that fast start, and once you get down to Gonzaga, I don't know how you.
Nope.
It's like somebody's trying to throw you a life vest, you're drowning, and the rope's never long enough. There's nothing you can really do to get out of that hole because they're not going to stop scoring. And what I love about Gonzaga is man-to-man skill-wise, they have the 5 most skilled offensive players. Of any team that can put 5 guys out there, they have the most skill at their offensive positions, but they are the best passing team in the country.
one of the best ever.
They see the lanes. They are unselfish. They're not unselfish to a fault. They get easy shots. They get open shots, and every single guy can get his own shot, and every single guy can create a shot for somebody else, and that's very special. And I just don't see a team. I don't think Baylor stays within 15 points of them. And I know they're the only team that's built to stop them, but I don't think they do. That's my opinion.
The Baylor's just got to be red hot from 3 with those guards.
Well,
today.
Baylor's the only team Houston can probably slow Gonzaga down, but Houston can't score with them.
No.
And Baylor's the only team that can slow them down enough and can also on the other end score enough to make it close, make it give themselves a puncher's chance. Let's talk about Michigan though. That was disgusting.
Yeah.
That was gross. That was gross, Big Ev. I know you won't talk about it.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate to see that a basketball school is so bad at basketball. It's just,
I think they're a baseball school now.
You really hate – it's just unfortunate. I feel bad for the kids. I'm sure they tried really hard. That was their absolute best. Couldn't break 50. Their absolute best.
That was
Big stage. Chance to go to the Final Four.
So were we just all off on Michigan all year? I know they got to the Elite Eight, but they get in the spot. Like I look at that team last night. Who who's supposed to be the good player? Like Dickinson was useless. Wagner might have been the worst player I've ever seen.
I mean, those, and not even just again. I understand their kids. Like some of those shots, like that, specifically the air ball.
Yeah,
that was a great.
But it
look.
wasn't even just like it wasn't just that. That one was just stunningly bad because he was wide open, crucial spot, no one within 10 feet of him, and it wasn't even like a. I feel like it wasn't even a normal air ball. It felt like it got halfway there, not even close.
Here's the problem with Dan and Dave's pick and roll on you. They put out one thing, one tweet or something, and then it's it happens to be, was this the most anticipated Final Four ever? You're on one side, they're on the other. Fine, whatever. I don't care about that. But now all the fucking commenters think they work for Dan and Dave or think they're their fucking secretary. They're all saying, ask him if Gonzaga Baylor's the most anticipated final ever. Yeah, I know that's the argument they were having. I know this is a joke. I work here. You don't have to be their fucking secretary. So I'll get it over. We'll talk about everything we're going to talk about. The pick and rolls. They just never end.
Stuff.
Although you're Mr. Pick and Roll yourself.
I got nobody to run it with.
You run a lot of sets.
I do. I try to get everybody involved.
Do you? I think that's the opposite of what you try to do.
I try to get everybody on my team involved.
I feel like you cut a lot of people.
We don't make trade line or deadline wave additions. Let's just put it that
all
way.
right.
I feel included. I'll say you've been great. You've been great to me.
It's like a ring share for the World Series. You don't get traded at the deadline and then me just warm you in.
So
his team's on the floor.
You get your roster and you roll with your roster.
Right, that's my roster. I don't like people. I don't like the GM coming in and saying we're adding this guy. No,
all right. There's never a free agency period.
Messes with my flow.
All right, fair enough. So UCLA gets to the Final Four. They're the second first four team. They're the fifth 11 seed to ever reach the Final Four, and they are 100% a sacrificial lamb. They're going to get the fuck beat out of them.
I mean, it takes them the whole game to score what Gonzaga scores in half.
It's amazing that they're the fifth.
Yeah, the
I
fifth.
know about George Mason. I know about VCU.
LSU in '86.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's one more.
I knew Loyola Marymount got close.
That's them.
They didn't make the Final Four.
No, Loyola Chicago.
When Loyola made it 2 years ago.
Yeah, Loyola Chicago.
They were in 11.
Shit, yeah, 11.
Loyola Marymount made it to the Elite Eight. They lost to UNLV, all right?
And they would have won if they had.
Yeah, they lost It was 151 to 1. No, they beat Michigan by that score.
Yeah, if they had Gathers, they would have won.
Yeah, but he wasn't there.
I understand that.
Couldn't make that game.
I understand that.
R.I.P.
Yes.
Bo Kimball. Remember the coach?
Yeah, the documentary is beautiful. It's Paul Westhead. You ever seen it?
No.
Guru of Go. It's one of those 30 for 30s that never got publicized, or like I'm telling you, it's awesome. It's like the way it fits without giving anything away. Bo Kimball, Hank Gathers, and Paul Westhead were like all run out of places of different towns, and they all came together and were like chip on their shoulder.
Well, Westhead used to be the Lakers coach.
Yeah, he won the championship, and they still fucking were like ran him out of town. Great documentary.
They also they're a team that would be sorely
documentary.
needed right now because the quality of offensive basketball fucking sucks. And they were a team that was all go, 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 go. It was first 7 seconds or something. Get a shot up, get a shot up, get a shot up. And those teams don't even exist anymore. There's some teams that play at a breakneck pace, but they don't really break through.
Well, I mean, you get from betting, you get VMI, you get Citadel, like we all know.
But nobody that had success. Like Loyola was a team. They scored 150 points against Michigan in that fucking tournament. Or 140, something like that.
Yeah, it's the stats they were putting up.
Nobody scores 140 points anymore. It takes 3 like UCLA is going to take 3.5 games to score 140 points.
Well, that's my thing. Is UCLA the luckiest team ever?
No, I think
so Michigan couldn't have played worse, and Alabama could not have played worse.
I think Houston's just
both teams had a
luckier.
chance to win it. Both teams still had a chance to win it with all they did. The largest bet I've placed this tournament is Gonzaga first half.
Against
UCLA.
Okay.
8. It's at 8.5. I said I'll lay more of the juice. I don't want to push. I took the 8.
You can definitely make a strong one for Houston. They literally haven't played a single-digit seed yet.
And they should have lost to Rutgers, too.
Yeah.
And absolutely should have lost to Rutgers.
You're right.
UCLA, I think UCLA was a little more like, I don't want to say more game because Houston was game. Like they've.
Well, I think they've been game because you say Michigan played terrible. You said Alabama played terrible. Well, somebody made them play terrible. Somebody slowed them down.
UCLA's
the
defense, and it's crazy to think in the second half they were down double digits in the play-in game. Like they should have lost.
Insane.
Michigan State collapsed at the end of that game. They shouldn't even been in the opening round.
That being
said, it's crazy to see them here.
For everything that I don't believe UCLA has a chance against Gonzaga. I do like that Mick Cronin, who's been around a while, who was at Cincinnati, and he played these rock fights. He goes to UCLA, and there was even a tweet that Dave tweeted out yesterday, or somebody tweeted out, Dave saying this is the most anti-UCLA guy ever. This is not going to work. And I didn't think it was going to work either. I thought he was an anti-UCLA guy, but he's in the Final Four.
People love to run with that stuff. What he's saying, and it makes sense, and Marty has said it on the pod. I agree with it. I think you'll all agree with it. He's like a grinded-out guy. Yeah. It's not that he's not going to work at UCLA. He's a fucking unbelievable coach. But, like, guys like that, you want to stay.
He's anti-Hollywood.
You want him to stay in that, nobody believes in his role. It's more fun.
He's like a Rust Belt coach.
Yeah, he's an industrial. You feel like see him in like an industrial town.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not
Hollywood, it's
no
knock on his coaching. It's no knock on how it's going to work. It's just he's not a UCLA. Like, the guy from UCLA should be Steve Lavin. You know,
with
some nice hair,
exactly,
nice, like a Jay Wright.
Right, yeah, Jay Wright would work at UCLA.
Aesthetically fit.
Yeah, Musselman's got a personality. He might make it work out at UCLA.
I know what you're saying.
I'm just saying, like, bigger than life type of guys.
No, there's certain images that are projected by where you're from. That's
yeah.
Also,
credit to the guy though. He got them to play defense.
It reminded me, even just his interview on PMT in the van. Totally, I hadn't even thought about it in a while that he was like their 5th, 6th option. Like it wasn't like they were like scouring for Mick Cronin.
Who turned it down?
I forget who. It just reminded me. I'm trying to remember the guys at the time, but in the interview they talked about how he even said it himself. Like he was like, I was literally like the 5th, 6th guy basically. Yeah. And I remember that being true. I can't remember off the top of my head who specifically they were looking at, but I do remember that.
So the Big Ten, which we crowned all year long, I included you.
Oh yeah,
probably you.
I said it was great.
It was great. It was awesome. It was this incredible conference. 2 number 1s, 2 number 2s. It's dead. Big Ten is out. You now have a West Coast team. You have what's that face?
I don't know when they're ever going to get a title. I'm sorry to pick. It's been 20 years.
It's just too many wars.
I don't think that's it
just
at all.
Too many
I think
wars.
It's the brand of
I don't think. I think everything we thought about the wars, everything we thought. I mean, it was just pretty good teams playing
just
pretty good teams. It wasn't elite teams playing elite teams.
Just too many battles against too much tough competition.
You're going to do this?
We had nothing left for the tournament.
You sound like Marty Mush.
We emptied the gas tank in the regular season.
This is terrible.
Winning the Big Ten was basically like winning the national championship.
Bad look for you. This is not great.
We left it all out on the court. That's nice for Oral Roberts. We left it all out in that game against Illinois.
That's
we lost.
Right. Oral Roberts.
We had nothing left. And Oral Roberts showed to be a great basketball team.
20 years is a long time.
It is for 14 teams not to win a title.
Do they have to like change it up? They have to go fast. Do they have to get rid of this bruising? Maybe stop recruiting big men. Try to like. I'm just grasping at straws. And I'm not a Big Ten guy.
We don't even have big men.
This year
I'm talking about Ohio State.
Dickinson.
This year Colburn, Garza, Dickinson. It was like a fucking bouncing fucking club.
Maybe Ohio State's. We just got to start playing defense.
What?
Like a club for bouncers.
Okay, all right. Is there a club that's exclusively for bouncers?
It should be. If it is, it's in Big Ten country.
It's probably. I would imagine it's on Staten Island. There goes your drink.
See, so I didn't get to indulge in the big men. Ohio State didn't have anyone over like 6'9".
Was that guy over there? Did you bring him in?
Which guy?
There was a guy sitting beside you that I've never seen before in my life. He was sitting beside you over by Dan's Dance. Is that your guy?
Dante the Don.
That's who that is?
Yep. Yeah.
I've never met him. There are people here we're having a meeting today, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Dante, he hooked me up in Columbus one time. Seesaw, good dude, good spot.
I've never met him.
So hooked me up in Arizona. He's a good guy.
What do you mean he's hooking you up with Arizona?
I'm going to Arizona. He put me in touch with his people.
He has people in Arizona?
He's got people everywhere.
He owns a bunch of bars. That's what he owns. Seesaw in Columbus is a good spot.
Okay.
It's a pretty new spot, but
That's
I had a really
fantastic.
good time there on New Year's.
I
took care of me.
I need to meet him. I need to go shake his hand because I didn't know who that was. What
are you going to do? Ask him to play something from the 90s? He don't play Cranberries.
Well, first of all,
Brandon will surprise you. Brandon will ask him to play like Bone Thugs and Harmony or like Outkast.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Correct. That's what I listen to. You've been in the car with me.
Yeah, I have.
You know what I listen to. Although we
tries to guess the next song on the countdown.
We did a serious 90s
Wild
09
run.
countdown. And I guessed it too. I guessed the entire it was just a random week in August or week in September 1991 countdown, and I said this is going to be number 3, this is going to be number 2, this is going to be number 1.
This was a wild.
It's going to be Motown Philly. Motown Philly was number 1. I love music countdowns from the 90s. That's a fact about me. Maybe you guys didn't care to know that fact. Ben, how's your life going? You're not going to be here with us the rest of the week, right?
No, I'm headed to North Carolina. My niece getting baptized this weekend, so I'm excited.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm excited. Excited.
She's a beautiful young lady.
Yes, she did not get that from me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Easter?
Yeah, Easter and family. Going to the Highlands.
Easter, hold on. Easter is a religious holiday that some Christians celebrate. Most Christians celebrate. I would say all Christians probably celebrate it. I know you're probably not.
Are you
familiar.
educating me on Easter?
I didn't know. You're from public, right?
No.
2 religions, Catholic and public.
Catholic.
I thought you were a public guy.
12 years of Catholic school.
You graduated in 12 years? That's a shock.
Yeah.
Sounds like my plan at Ole Miss.
No, I meant kindergarten to high school.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
I was on
no,
time.
you're not referring to the graduating with a 2.0.
No, I wasn't. Sorry.
2.00 from
No.
the elite academic
I was
institution
on
that is
time.
Ole Miss.
Somebody says, "Did you see the bracket of '90s music?" I saw the.
I saw it too.
Saw the bracket of '90s country. Is
Saw
there a
it too.
'90s music bracket? Because I'd like to see that one. That '90s country bracket was something the hell else.
When I was a kid, I used,
Woo, that
I
was
used to
good.
sit there and watch the CMT countdowns every
Yeah.
week, and so I knew all those songs. I
God,
remember
I
that.
love that. I tweeted it last night. If you want to look at it, it was fantastic. Skip Sven says, "Congrats, Mincy." That's nice.
Thank
That's
you.
nice.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll be back ready to roll next week for sure.
You'll probably host 2 or 3 shows next week.
WrestleMania for
yeah,
you,
because I'm
huh?
going to WrestleMania in Tampa. And then tomorrow you'll be out.
Potential. If you need me, I'll stay. But I believe I'm going for the Yankees.
I'll tell you
tomorrow.
something.
I'm out tomorrow,
I'm
too.
Brandon. I figured that. I'm Brandon fucking Walker.
Can't do
I
3 in a
I
row.
don't need anybody. I'll
I'm out
sit
tomorrow
here.
too.
Too
Huh?
much.
I'm out tomorrow
You
too.
going to the baseball thing too?
Yeah, I work on our Yankees podcast.
There's no way for you to get there by opening pitch and do this.
No, I know. That's why I'd have to do one or the other. That's why I said I'll have to.
But
if
you won't
want
be
me-
there, right?
What time's the Yankees pitch?
105.
It's opening day. Cole on the mound. Blue Jays.
Laying like 177, I think I saw.
195. I saw this morning.
195.
I think
Yankees run line plus 115. Whack it.
I think I am going.
Who are they playing?
Blue Jays.
Blue Jays are good.
Yeah,
No, they are good. Ryu's on the mound. Good pitcher. But
I think I'm going all unders tomorrow. I'm going to try the under train for opening day.
it's funny you say that because
I don't hate it.
when I looked at the lines for tomorrow, that was what crossed my mind. I was like, hitters usually struggle more early. That's
Right.
the kind of rule.
Older
of thumb.
bats, yeah.
It's gonna make you puke. You know who I like tomorrow? The Pirates.
Against who?
Road dog against the Cubs.
You like that, huh?
Cubs are down.
I want to. I'm
Cubs are in,
definitely.
like-
I'm hitting some dogs tomorrow.
And I was a Cubs guy last year. I was trying to bring them their first World Series in 100 years. Couldn't do it.
Can we ever have one fucking day where you don't just go to the bits and go to the bits as often as you can?
It's a one throwaway line.
No,
That's
it's
it.
a bit. It's a
No,
bit.
you're turning it into a bit.
No, it
just-
is a bit. This
It's
is
one line. You laugh. And
You know what,
move
if it comes
on.
up- if
You're
it
a bad segue guy.
if it were a throwaway line, then you would throw it away. You don't throw any of your bits away.
I
You
tried
keep-
to throw it away. You are now harping on it.
No, have you done that line before?
Yeah.
It's a bit. Once you
Okay.
do a line twice,
Fine.
it's gone from a line to a bit.
Line to a reel.
Can you believe opening day is always on Thursday?
No, it's not.
It is tomorrow.
It's wrong. You playing? You know what? Let me run my offense.
All right, let's see. Brandon Walker, The Undertaker. That's not a bad gimmick. The Undertaker?
Coming in an all black suit tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's not
yeah.
a bad deal.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, we got to think they're rusty, right? I actually like the under.
I would think so, although there is a thing called spring training.
Yeah, spring. I mean,
Okay, just relax.
it's like
man.
vacation for them.
Let me tell you something about how do I segue this? Say something that ends
Who's
in
the read?
I'm
Huh?
thirsty.
These
It's
guys.
Speaking of Undertaker once main evented WrestleMania 24 against Edge.
Oh, there you go.
Damn.
I got it. Okay.
Body Armor Edge gives you what you need to main event life. It's got the Tropical Chaos, Orange Frenzy, Berry Blitz, Power Punch, 100 milligrams of caffeine, 1,000 milligrams of electrolytes to keep you going throughout the match. You can have a 5-star day with this right here, Body Armor Edge. It's in 7-Eleven. It's on Amazon. Check them out. If you got more questions, drinkbodyarmor.com. The Tropical Chaos, the Berry Blitz, the Orange Frenzy, the Power Punch. It's all delicious. It's all good, and it gets you going throughout the day. Body Armor Edge.
And it gives you the energy to go around spearing everybody, huh?
It does. Well, in a wrestling sense, not in a sexual sense.
Okay.
Well, although it probably helps your spear game as far as that goes too. But they didn't tell me to say that. How you doing, Big Ev?
hanging in.
Rico, you do one of, well, I guess it's the only college basketball podcast left at Barstool. You do one of the college basketball podcasts here, yes?
Yes.
How's it been going?
Good. We recorded early today. I think the main takeaway I just said is it's been a shit tournament. We need Gonzaga Baylor.
What do you
There's a
think
lot of
about the
pressure.
quality of basketball in this tournament?
Not great.
When certain teams are not, when Baylor's not on the floor, when Gonzaga's not on the floor, and there were a couple of entertaining games early, but for the most part, the offensive basketball shown in college basketball this year has been god-awful.
I think we talked about it all year, right? Like now, when there's no pageantry of the fan cutaways and the student section
Yeah.
and
All you're
coaches
left
going
with-
ballistic, and you saw it a lot with college football too. I think
I
it was
don't think to this level, though. But
I understand, but you did see a little. It was a little bit of glimmer where you were like, "Man, this product is," and I love it. But
Yeah.
I think I love it as much for the
Gaga,
icing.
yeah.
You know, like the cake and the sprinkles. I mean, the cake is not that great. The icing and the sprinkles are what sells it. And when you're just eating the cake, it's not that good.
It's so much fun when you got all the first rounds when there's so many games on, but when the games are standalone, it definitely hurts.
Well, it's funny, though, because what college basketball, especially this tournament, has is they always have the built-in level of the thrill ride or the excitement, because last night, because this is single elimination, because it's do or die, because it's now or never, because everything's hanging out there, the end of UCLA Michigan was fantastic. It was taut. It was thrilling. It was perfect. The actual game itself, if judged on the quality of basketball, was garbage.
Bad, yeah.
It was awful. But, again, one and done, your season's over if you lose, made that last 2 minutes very compelling, even though, boy, Wagner, just a straight-on look from the top of the key. Who airballs that ball?
Honestly, not even that. How does he have that bad of a shooting day, and then you run the play for him?
Well,
Yeah.
I don't think he's that good of a coach. I still said that.
I just thought it was stunning to I understand you're trying to go to your guy, but he's ice cold. You got shooters. Go to somebody else.
And they
Smith can shoot threes.
He was bad too, though.
Well,
but even you have other guys this guy's been what was he 1 for 10?
That was the one.
Give somebody else the ball.
I know you want to take the three, and if he hits it, he wins. But I thought Smith had that guy on ice skates, and obviously it's when I said it today. It's like when you freeze frame the quarterback throwing the pass, and it's oh, look at how open he was. It's well, that's
Heat of the moment,
not really. So Smith, he did have a look, and he could have taken the three. But I thought he had the guy on ice skates. I'm surprised he didn't go with 2.5 seconds. I'm surprised he didn't go one more step or two more steps there.
Said that too.
You know, and he possibly could have had the guy where he hesitates. He lunges at him. He goes by him for a fucking layup or a dump off.
I think it's
you know, I was surprised that he did take the three when he had the guy on ice skates. That's all. It still was a good look.
It's very interesting that you say that, because I always said he had the guy on roller skates or something. So I guess maybe that's a northern thing. You guys have more ice. You say ice skates.
Yeah.
Or you just say he has them on skates.
Has them on skates, I think, is the best way to go.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, when I say skates, I think ice skates.
You think of ice skates? I think of roller skates. I think he's got
I would
wheels.
say he's got him on skates, but I would say ice skates before roller skates.
Would you? See, ice skates are not a thing in my life.
I never liked roller blades or roller skates. I feel like you always had to work. You were lifting your feet.
I was bad at both.
Isn't that? I never ice skated. I just feel like that's instant death for me. I feel like I get on the ice, I fall immediately. And
rollerblades are tough too. You used to go, if you're hang out, you rollerblade to somebody's house. Now you're wearing rollerblades. You got no sneakers.
What's happening? Why's he got pizza?
Pizza.
It's pizza lunch today. Then
we got some pizza.
Yeah, Enrique said.
Is that good? Oh. Hey, is your restaurant coming through this week? I heard they were coming through again this week. The one Telesheros or something.
Telesheros.
Yeah,
not that I know.
Don't break. They just came. They're good to us. Oh, you actually heard that for real?
What are you talking about? They're good to. Of course they're good to us. I heard they're going to be here this week.
Yeah.
I don't think they are.
All right.
Okay,
I think he's actually managing the account now.
Oh, he is? Avery is?
Yeah. I brought in the account, and Avery's now managing the account.
He handed it over.
Can I tell you? Can I tell you what I suspect? What I think?
Yeah.
I think you've never heard of those people. You've never talked to those people. You've never had any business with those people. They showed up, were delicious. You went back there and made friends with them, and you claimed that they were yours.
Eric's mother.
I don't believe anything about
Eric's mother and my mother were class mothers 30 years ago.
I don't think there's somebody there named Eric. I think you're making that up.
I went into the store. I was there, and about 5 people told me they knew who Rico Bosco was.
They know who he is, sure.
No, on a personal level.
Has anybody been to the deli in I think it's on the shore that has all the sandwiches of Barstool people?
No.
Whoa, really?
Well, of course you haven't. I don't think they have a Rico Bosco. But
I ain't going.
So yeah, you didn't see that. Somebody blogged it a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
I think Lenny Balls blogged it, ranking
He did,
sandwiches. It's somewhere in the shore. I think it's in Brick, New Jersey.
Maybe.
Which is the worst name for a town ever.
A little north I think a little north of what, Seaside or Belmar it is? What is exit 100?
It's a little north of Belmar.
It's exit 100,
It's before.
right?
Brick is before. Do you know what the rivalry football game is down there, Brandon?
No.
Dead serious. Brick Wall.
Really?
Brick Township, Wall Township.
Oh, I like that.
The Brick Wall game is the rivalry game down there.
That sounds pretty cool. I'd go to a
Hype
brick wall
video.
game.
The hype video's got to be
It's
good.
got to be sick.
I'd go to a brick wall game in a heartbeat. Boy, you've got the puppies out today, don't you, Big Ev?
What?
The thick thighs over here, the legs.
We're moving.
You got them out.
I started walking again.
Did you?
All right.
No pizza for me. We're back. We're back on the grind.
I got to do it
We're
too,
back
brother.
on it.
I got to do it
It's
too.
about that time.
We should be accountability
Let it go
brothers.
for too long.
You were looking good there at the
I
beginning.
was,
of
and then I
quarantine.
got fat again. Now I'm gonna get it back off.
The good thing is when you flip the script, you can lose 15 or 20 like instantly. In a couple
Oh no!
weeks.
How? I mean, I'm just a
Flip
heavy
it.
guy, so I mean, if I just get disciplined for like 2 weeks, it's like bang, like 15 pounds.
And then you get the positive motivation. You feel
I'm already going. It's day 3. The wheels are turning. No
go.
pizza for me.
I like it. I like
It's a
it.
lot of
grilled
good
chicken.
things with bread. That's what makes it.
Commenter says Brandon is scared of Rico. I'm not scared of you. Fuck you. I'm not scared of you.
They should just turn the comments off.
I'm not Jeff Nadeau.
Unless
you're
they're
not squeezing
ads.
me out.
Unless
I'm Brandon
they're
fucking
ads.
Walker.
Sell the ads as comments and then turn all the comments off. That's my opinion.
Always a company guy.
Yeah.
Selling shit. So we do have Major League Baseball opening day tomorrow. I just wanted to throw some picks at you that the guys gave me in the pre-pick central. They gave me like 4 futures. I want to throw them at you to get our minds into baseball. Mark in Philly, who's under my coaching tree, who is my guy. I heard that you're trying to claim him in your coaching tree. How could you possibly do that? How could you possibly justify that?
I think it's a collective.
Collective
We give him a lot of shine. You're a Mark and Philly guy.
Yeah,
too.
for sure.
But
We
I'm
give
the,
him shine.
I'm the one. He's my guy.
Yeah, all right. You found him, but we're taking over the account.
You're taking over the Mark and Philly account. Mark and Philly has A's over 86.5 wins. TJ Withers has A's win AL West plus 165 and Braves plus 140 to win the NL East. Cody Crippen says Blue Jays plus 375 to win the AL East. Now, I don't think those odds are high enough. I feel like they're behind the Yankees. They're
Too low.
behind the Rays for sure. I feel like 375, what does that tell me?
Well, I mean, the
They're
Yankees,
good and they're young.
The Yankees are minus 220 to win the division.
Yeah. Yeah, but the Blue Jays have
How
all
do you
those.
possibly bet on that, though?
I would. See, my problem is like I just don't like. I'll do a. I just can't do like a 9-month future.
Yeah.
That's just me personally.
No, I get
just,
it. Money
don't
tied
have-
up that long.
I don't
yeah.
have it in me to just like sit
That's
there
why I
and sit
kind of
on
like
that
the 60.
forever.
That's why I was so heavy on him last year. I kind of like the 60 game thing where I was like, all right,
Loved
it's
it.
going to be done in a couple of years.
If I see one
college
like
baseball.
at like playoff time, start of the playoffs, I'll do a future, but not like opening day.
The NCAA tournament is the best built future market in the game.
For sure.
It's 3 weeks. 3 weeks, and you see it all play out in front
Yeah.
of you. You pay attention to it. Like, you put a baseball future in, you might zone out, like in May and June.
That's what I'm saying. If there was one, I think all the ones. So I thought Smitty brought up some great ones with the Braves. I think Braves the division. I even like Braves like NL.
I worry about the Braves a little bit. I don't really see it. Like, I think the Mets. Smitty poo-pooed the Mets. I think the Mets are going to be really, really good. I imagine they'll get Lindor wrapped up today or maybe first thing tomorrow to start
don't know.
the season.
That's
I think
the thing,
I just
that's-
think you're sleeping on how talented the Braves are.
I think they're very good.
Like you can make. They should have made the World Series last year. Soroka was their 1 the year before.
They still have a couple of holes. Like
They have a ton of talent. They have a ton of talent in the lineup. They brought back everyone. They re-signed Ozuna.
They're
Like,
always good.
Acuna
Braves are always
Acuna
good.
Jr. is a beast. Like Albies is really good. Freeman's just like Mr. 330 homers, 100 ribbies.
reigning
Like,
National League MVP.
the guy he's just good for that every year. They have a great team.
Uh,
Really good starting pitching.
Somebody says Big Ev's kicks are heat today.
Appreciate that.
I like those.
Well, there we go. Positive vibes.
There we go.
Let's gas up the boys.
Should have saved them
go.
for Easter, though.
They're my rotation a little bit. These.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going home for Easter.
Or do you not? I thought
Really?
you were.
Not this weekend.
Okay. All right.
What are you going to do?
Maybe I should.
I got to go home soon too. I haven't been to Mississippi.
Yeah, when's the last time you didn't go back Christmas?
I've been
Well,
home in a while.
October.
When do you
but
eat
only went
Easter
for-
dinner? Saturday? Since you eat fucking Thanksgiving at 10 a.m.?
We'll eat Easter dinner after church. Church is a gathering where people go to celebrate Easter and other things. Pretty much every Sunday. So I will be. I'll probably 12 o'clock on Sunday. We'll have some nice ham,
Little brunchy.
perhaps some potato salad, maybe some green bean casserole. You know, standard stuff. Macaroni and cheese. Everything I have at Thanksgiving, just a little less of it.
All right.
And I still maintain me having Thanksgiving dinner at 11:30 is the way God intended it. It's the way it should be done. It's ridiculous you guys wait till 5. That's the dumbest
No,
thing
not
New Yorkers
5.
We'll
do.
save it again for
Not
November.
5.
Four-
It's like 3:30.
We'll save
Still,
it again for
3:30.
November.
Nobody eats dinner ever at 3:30. Why would you just
No
one day out of the
dinner
year?
at 11:30.
It's not dinner. It's Thanksgiving lunch. It's Thanksgiving lunch. You eat Thanksgiving lunch and then you eat it again for dinner.
We can't do this in March.
We can't do it.
You're the ones that are wrong. It's not my fault. Why quit being fucking wrong and we won't do it in March.
There's a fucking Sopranos meme I saved. It's Tony like this, and he goes, I can't have this fucking conversation again. Can't have this conversation.
We also had Nolan Crisp said Jack Flaherty plus 1,200 to win the Cy Young in the National League. That's pretty good. He's a very, very good pitcher. A lot of good young pitchers in the National League. So those are the 4 baseball futures that I heard, and I thought they were good. Now, how about Kevin Durant's DMs?
Loved it.
Kevin Durant just getting in the mud,
Loved it.
getting down dirty with.
Guy's a scumbag.
Now that that's all, we can say his name now. Can we say his name?
Yeah, but it's not worth it.
Oh, I wasn't here when he was here, so I don't know him. I've never met him. I don't know anything about the guy. Were you here?
No, I came like right after.
Right after? You've been here for 3 presidencies. You probably squeezed him out before everybody else squeezed him out.
You thought the guy was going to be a good hire, but you just see it's like shtick with him, but like bad, like
You don't approve of shtick?
not like that. I mean,
He just hammers like things that he knows will get clicks.
Yeah, he's no better than Jim Rome. We've seen him a million times. Jim Rome, Kellerman.
He's a guy.
Bayless.
He's a guy like
I've seen that. They literally don't believe what they're saying.
Mhm.
They just know that it's gonna fucking rile people up.
He knows where to put. He finds a button that works and he just keeps hitting it and hitting
Cowherd
it.
does that, certainly.
He's
better.
Well, see, I thought Cowherd. I was a big Cowherd guy. I thought he put a lot of thought into when he would equate like buying a house to the Patriots. I'm like, it's even keeled. He never like goes.
Yeah.
And you could tell when they're fucking. Now though, I think he's a little more conscious of it. I'm down on Cowherd a little bit. I thought he was good a couple years ago. I really did. I thought he was thought out, calculated. I liked his takes.
I feel like the shticks, when you do the clickbait stuff, it like really works for a few years, but people just get tired of it long term.
Yeah, but what's crazy
It's like
is
they get
those
tired
shows
of it,
are
but
on.
it gets more attention.
Those shows are
like
on
the hat, like
nonstop.
the backwards hat thing. Like now it's just like now he's got to play into it because now everyone talks about
Right.
it.
Here's the thing, Mintz. You're the biggest non-shtick guy here. You're the furthest away from a shtick of the entire company. Like, I get sticky sometimes. He's Mr. Shtick. Marty Mush is a walking shtick. Big Av dips in and out. You're not very stickish. You're pretty much.
I feel like it's. I feel like when I started like day one, like a Barstool Ohio State full on shtick, and
Yeah.
I've tried to kind of play out of it because I like talking sports is the thing I like my favorite thing. So
Yeah.
I like just fucking around.
And, I'll play the game sometimes. But you are the furthest away from a shtick. So that would make sense where you like that the least.
That's true. I mean, I just walk in with the high energy thing. I feel like my interactions with people, I don't have to do the shtick stuff as much.
Dude, Dave's deposition where he's just sitting there and that went well. I mean, it was classic Dave, but it was so funny.
The lawyer was so stupid,
That was a terrible lawyer.
like awful.
It was
God
like
awful.
Like the question from what he gets makes sense, but there was zero research behind it.
None.
Where he's like, "Well, what do you mean you had the shirt ready?" He's like, "This video's after he got hired." Like, yeah, I had the shirt, and the guy's like, "Oh, okay." Like they had it was. Who paid for his fucking law degree? Nobody's putting him on a fucking flyer and an advertisement of like a celebrated grad.
Well, that's why I thought it was funny with Durant said. Even though I felt bad, like he like brought his wife into it. He didn't like brought her into it. He didn't like say something like personal like about her. He more was like, oh, like your like wife must be pissed. Like spent that little bit of money you had on just like the worst lawyer of all time, which is pretty funny because he was atrocious.
He was quite shitty.
Hopefully he's representing the NCAA. The same lawyer.
Mincy.
What'd he say?
That lawyer was quite shitty. Speaking of shit,
I didn't even know. I was letting him get to his point. I didn't even know.
I thought you were.
Dude Wipes. Dude Wipes can help you take care of the shit that's on your asshole and in your life. Dude Wipes is the alternative to that dry-ass, scratchy toilet paper that nobody likes and makes you walk around with mud butt all day. It is fantastic. You get a little wetness on there, a little freshness, and you walk around. The rest of your day is better. Mincy's a convert. He's a Dude Wipes guy.
I am. The term, you say mud butt, I always heard swamp ass.
Swamp ass, mud butt, all the same thing. It is, but we all know what it is. It's one of the worst things in life. You don't have to worry about that with Dude Wipes. Go to dudewipes.com. Use code WALK15 to get 15% off your entire order. It's also in stores across this great country of ours. Dude Wipes. Dude Wipes. I'm working on my radio voice, even though we're not on. Well, we're on radio certain places. Shout out to those places out in this great country of ours. Rico.
Yeah.
How's your phone doing?
Trying to find you a fucking baseball pick.
Are you?
Yeah. Pirates.
Where's your
you know
mind?
what?
You're going to go
Pirates plus 180.
All right.
Bonus.
Bam.
Not on the graphic. I apologize, TJ. It's a bonus pick. Listen to the show. It's a bonus pick.
All right.
Doesn't count if it loses.
Y'all want to get to some picks?
Wait, so is that pick for tomorrow or it's a?
Tomorrow.
It's a bonus pick.
I'm not here tomorrow.
There's no way they're spring training right now, right?
No,
they got to
no.
give them a day
No,
off.
they're off today. It is a. I love bonus picks. Fantastic stuff.
bonus pick.
So, Can we just all stop and celebrate the best gambler in the room?
You.
Yes, thank you, Rico. I appreciate that. It is, in fact, me. I have won
That was a great month.
Today is the last day of the month, and I feel safe in saying I'm going to win because I am. Do I have the standings here, TJ?
You went 4-1 last night too, right?
So I went 4-1 last night. Ben Mintz was 1-1. Rico was 0-2. Marty Mush 0-2. Big Ev 0-2. I was 88-68 in the month of March so far. I'm up 20.05 units. In second place, down 9.4 units.
You can just stop.
That's a 29-unit win for me. Ben Mintz, who's 3 games below 500, down 9 units. Marty Mush in third. Wow, when did this happen? I didn't notice this.
I'm a streaky guy.
We hit some lives. We hit things for multiple units.
No, but that's
put
not
out
true.
Oregon
It's
State
true.
for everything. So if anything, Big Ev's standings should say plus everything.
I think I've hit like 4 or 5 in a row of my last four
Of your everythings, yeah.
Of everythings.
Give the
So
man some credit.
Marty Mush third, down 13 units. Rico Bosco fourth, down 16.95 units. And Big Evan fifth, down 17.25 units in March. But guess what? What does it mean that today's the last day of the month?
A lot of game left.
Hello.
New month.
Tomorrow is the first
month.
day of a month.
April Fool's
We all,
tomorrow, too.
we all wipe the slate clean. We all do all of that. And this ass whipping will end. But congratulations to me for absolutely walking the dog on you punk ass bitches. Okay.
Is 20 units up? Is that the most ever for a month? What's the record? It's got to be really good. I mean, I'll give you props.
I
on
would
this.
think so because we haven't finished a lot of months, any of us.
April's my month. The Masters are coming.
Morikawa?
Yeah, without a doubt.
We'll do big Masters
also,
next Wednesday
forget
when
that-
you're around when he's going.
Credit
We'll
to
do
me
huge
for having
Masters.
integrity. I hit a Georgia Tech 10-1 future this month.
Mm-hmm.
Said keep it off the board for integrity of the league. That's the kind of guy I am.
Colby, Masters are coming. Do you have any golfers out there that have that have your eye as far as the Masters coming up? He's not listening to me. He's now putting on headphones. Colby, any golfers
hear what you said. What?
with the Masters coming up? Any golfers out there that you've got your eye on?
I got a couple. Some people who have won, some people who haven't. People know Tony Finau, but one question.
Yes.
People haven't been bringing him up, but
I think I know where you're going.
what about Zach Johnson?
What about Zach Johnson?
What about Zach Johnson?
What about Zach Johnson?
Former champion.
Yeah. What about Zach Johnson?
He'll be
Former
on the
champion.
card. He'll be on the card.
He'll be on the card.
He's gotta
Well,
be.
if it's like your last Masters card, you had everybody
Yeah,
on
a
the
little
card.
sprinkle. It's like a buffet table. I'll take a little of him, a little of him. I'll take a little of him.
Everybody except the guy who won the
You know what
Masters.
really hurt was I hammered best lefty. And I fucking lost. And way I fucking phrased it, it was like I'm pretty sure I took Phil.
Yeah.
It was against an amateur.
No. You took Bubba
you
Watson,
took
didn't you?
Bubba Watson. I
Against
apologize.
Phil and
Against
against-
Phil, an old bag as I called Mike Weir, and fucking an amateur. And like Bubba fucking was a disaster.
Yeah. It was bad, but it's we do have the Masters coming up in April's a great sports month, sneaky good sports month. You got the Masters, you got the draft at the end of the.
It'd be nice if you could fucking watch the Masters though.
Well, you can watch them.
They don't do a great job of airing.
Oh, they don't do a great job.
Golf's horrible. You should be able to watch all of it.
Horrible.
See, usually we'd have NBA playoffs too.
Mintz, have you ever
Yeah,
watched the
what,
Masters on TV?
Oh yeah.
What's the start date?
You're
on
always
the
at the
NBA
Masters,
playoffs?
aren't you?
Not all. I've been twice, but
Oh, okay.
I've been twice. I mean, we got a big family.
No fans this year either, right?
No, they're fans.
They're up fans?
No, they're fans. Georgia, they're doing it.
What are the
I want to say July is the finals.
Yeah, the NBA playoffs start a little later.
It's basically like a month. I'm pretty sure it's basically like a month later.
Yeah.
Everything.
Richie says, Brandon, you blocked me for a harmless joke. Care to comment on why you're so soft? I'm not soft. It's the opposite of being soft. I'm not reading your bullshit. I control my Twitter experience. If I want to block somebody because I don't want to read their stupid ass shit, I do it. That's not soft. That's just you being a dipshit. So be a dipshit. You play stupid games. You win stupid prizes. Rico, this is the one part of what you
I
do
agree.
that I agree with.
how bigger is this room?
I'm sorry. What was that question?
This room is way bigger than it was. Now with this space, I feel
You
like
think the gigantic desk coming out of here has anything to do with
yeah,
it?
absolutely. I'm just saying it's a big room.
Why are you so far away? I feel like your chair's not to be.
It's supposed to be like a like we're in each other's living room. This is a homey. I don't have a problem with this.
But it feels like see, I can touch Mintz. Nobody can touch you. You're way out there by yourself.
What do you want me to do?
You've
This
squeezed
is
yourself
where the
out.
chair was.
I feel like we need to brighten up the wall.
You don't think the TVs are supposed to be? What do you want to do with the wall?
Just more colorful. We got to think like LA with this
Like
shit.
graffiti?
I've been watching a lot of podcasts on YouTube. We got to up this shit up.
Okay, all right.
I think we made a positive step. But we got to make this shit colorful.
Well, I think this is an ongoing process. I don't think this is the final.
It's just a bland room. Overall, it's a relatively bland room.
It is.
I think we're going in the right direction, like I said. But
yeah. Well, I didn't. You'll probably, if you want to be involved in the planning of it, you could probably get in there.
oh no, I'm horrible with that.
Do you?
My problem is I'm the type like I can say yes or no. I can't like be like, oh, you need this color scheme. You need to should be like that's good, that's not good.
Somebody says you guys are 6 feet apart. Cuomo would approve. So is that what you're doing? You're social distancing?
Yeah. Props to Cuomo. It's election year.
Props to Cuomo.
I don't know.
That's a brave stance these days.
Fucking know. What do you want me to say? I don't fucking know.
Just legalized weed, by the way.
Did he?
Shout out. Yeah.
He said he's getting behind gambling. So I know he did some
I
bad
feel like
shit.
it's like every scandal that comes out, he just throws everybody a new bone. Like, more restaurants open. Here's
75%.
weed,
Exactly.
here's gambling.
Yeah,
here's whatever. Yeah.
That's politicians, man.
Yeah.
All right. So my picks tonight is the NBA. NBAF coming back.
He's here tonight.
NBAF is in the
Making an
building.
appearance.
I actually wanted to go because college basketball, I'm up 19 units. You know who is the best NBA gambler here and didn't bet? No, it's not
7-1.
Is it really?
7-1 this year.
Actually, on the
Isn't it Marty?
7-1
it's Marty.
7-1 in 3 days.
7-1 3 days. What?
I don't know what I did in the preseason.
I just remember seeing the graphic that me and him were like. At one point, I'm probably down now. I've been bad in NBA lately, but
I know there was no
I remember
college.
there was a point I had like 70 picks. He had like 10, but he was like 7-3 or something.
There was no college, and I drilled
got
it.
So here's the thing. Marty Mush refuses to bet NBA. He actually put in college basketball. He did 500 bets and he lost 49.7 units. And NBA basketball, he's 19-9. He's up 9 units. I don't understand why he doesn't go more to NBA. That seems
dumb.
like.
He said he was waiting to focus on NBA after college was over.
Big Ev, you're down 7 units in NBA.
Yeah, no, it's been bad lately. I was red hot. I told you I'm a streaky guy. I'll get back.
Marty also leads the 2021 NHL season. You know how he leads it?
Because there's 2 of y'all, and
He's
you've
0-0?
lost.
He's 0-0.
I'm pretty sure I'm also 0-0.
Yeah, you're 0-0 too. I guess it's tied for. I don't know why they put him in number 1.
So NHF.
Rico
Start doing some hockey.
Rico hasn't made a hockey pick. Big Ev hasn't made a hockey pick. Ben Mintz hasn't made a hockey pick. I've made 9 hockey picks, and I'm 3-6.
People forget I had the Stars last year to win it. I'm a good future guy with that.
The Stars didn't win it.
Yeah, but I had the value.
They didn't win.
They were there.
They were a crazy long shot. I remember Elio had them.
They were there. No, that's 2 years ago.
That's great.
Was that 2? No, he had the Blues, and then he had Stars last year.
Oh, so he did. Yeah, all right.
That's why I thought it was so impressive. He literally picked the long shot
no
winner,
hedge,
and then had another long shot that made the Stanley Cup. Very impressive.
I'll fire playoffs. I'll fire some playoff games.
Mr. Ice.
Mr. Ice.
Yeah, we got Mr. Ice on staff, so
He's
we're
good.
good.
He's good.
We're good. He's been he's reheated up, hasn't he? I
just know his season.
I think he's seated back on.
His season-long record's strong. It's definitely strong.
All right, I got Mavs money line tonight against the Celtics. I got Grizzlies plus 4.5. Why are the Celtics so bad? They're a 500 team. I want to talk about this Brad Stevens thing in a minute. But Mavs money line plus versus Celtics, Grizzlies plus 4.5 against the Jazz, and the Bucks minus 8.5 against the Lakers, who I continue to fade a little bit. Those are my 3 picks in the NBA.
Why is that line so high? Who's out for the Lakers?
The Lakers.
Besides Anthony Davis.
And
The Lakers.
LeBron's out too?
Yeah.
LeBron's out. Wow, he got the high ankle sprain.
All right.
Yeah, they're both out for a little bit.
All right, let's go with Ben.
Maybe that's why he's fucking live tweeting the Baylor game, fucking complaining.
He's
about the
always
refs.
live tweeted. Well, first of all, that was a foul.
He's just an asshole.
Isn't that crazy? Well, I guess it's not crazy. I mean, I don't want to discredit anybody, but the best NCAA tournament game all year has been
Baylor UConn.
Baylor-UConn women's.
Absolutely.
Far and away better than any men's game that there's been all year.
Absolutely.
It better pace, better shooting, better everything. So I don't understand what that says about where things are, but they were credit to those girls. It was fantastic. Ben Mintz.
Taking Detroit Pistons plus 7.5 as a home dog. Also going to take Brooklyn by 12. I think Harden's going to go off against his whole team against Houston, who's just wretched. And then finally, I'm taking the Spurs by 2.5 at home against the Kings, even though they lost. It's a second game in that series in 3 days. But
who are you taking?
Spurs.
On it.
By the way, Gas just walked by, pointed at you, and gave a thumbs up. Is he in right now or is he out? I know that relationship goes in and out.
Yeah, like once a week. I unblocked him for
Okay.
now, but
Ton of home underdogs in the NBA tonight.
Saw
I
that.
actually thought about just taking all of them and seeing what happens, but
I have the Grizzlies plus 4.5 against the Jazz.
Hank will do that shit.
And I'm very nervous.
Hank will just blind underdog bet the board.
They
I'm
did
always
that in football a lot and made a lot of money.
I'm a big believer in the home dogs.
You got to hit one out of every 3.
Bennett, what's your name? Big F.
Pacers +2, Pistons +8. I got the Nets -12. The Knicks -3 is probably a little bit of a trap. I don't care.
Oh, NBA.
They've been battling through it. And Suns -6.5, the most reliable betting team to me in all the NBA. The Suns.
Are they? They are very good.
They're just
team.
ones when I bet on them, they just seem like they always win.
I love finding those teams.
Okay.
They always cover when I
They're
bet
the
on them.
Oregon State of the NBA for you.
Oregon State, I just was on them every game. This Suns team, it's like I'm picking spots, but they just hit.
Yeah, I saw you put that tweet out. You have to buy merch.
I am.
Oregon
Literally
State.
today, I'm buying a hat.
Yeah.
Wait. You telling him to buy? You haven't bought merch yet. Why don't you
yes,
just
I
get him
have.
sent
Yes,
some?
I
Why don't you
have.
get him some merch?
You had a
sent?
Yes, I
contact with the
have.
Beavers?
No,
No,
I don't.
honestly, I owe it to them from the school store to buy a hat.
When teams come through, yeah, I buy the Western Kentucky stuff, all the crazy schools.
Was it late '90s, or were you guys around for the trend when all the fucking frat boys wore the white hats with the lettering said Cox or Beavers?
Beavers.
Oh yeah.
You remember those?
Yeah, that was when Lids actually sold fucking college hats. They used to have. Everybody had a Carolina hat in different colors growing up. I don't know if you remember
I actually
that.
was trying to buy the Beavers one. They have it on the site, but it says Oregon State, like the same exact design though. The white.
Oh, they don't do the
yeah.
Beavers anymore.
They
They-
stopped
I
doing
wanted to.
Beavers.
I was gonna buy 2 hats. I want the one with the old Beaver with the little cap on them, the old school one.
There was a few that they used to do FU. Was
Yeah.
there really a school that was the Dirtbags?
yeah, Long Beach State.
Is that really their fucking mascot? though?
No, it's not their mascot.
They're just
It's-
called that.
yeah.
Like affectionately. Kind
Yeah.
of funny thing.
Got it.
It's like the black shirts in Nebraska, stuff like that.
Yeah, they had Dirtbags on the hat too.
Yeah,
They
that's
loved
a good one. They used to be. I want to say they won a national title or
Yeah,
two.
they're really good. They're
There
still
was-
pretty good.
So random. There's just teams that were great in college baseball, like Pepperdine,
Cal State Fullerton.
Cal State Fullerton. Any West Coast team that was. But I think that's kind of gone by the wayside.
A
hasn't it?
little bit.
I guess
mean,
Coastal Carolina won one a couple years ago.
Yeah, but that was so random. But yeah, Rice used to be awesome out of Texas too.
Wichita State.
Louisiana
Wichita State
Lafayette.
used to be great.
Yeah.
Louisiana Lafayette
Oh, yeah.
was
Yeah.
loaded.
Yeah,
They had all the-
Robichaud died. Their coach died.
Oh yeah.
Well, that was depressing.
Yeah, I know. Sucked. He was a
Yeah.
legend. That was last year.
Louisiana Lafayette had that team. They all had the dyed hair. They all had like the bleach blonde hair at the College World Series. I want to say like 98, 99,
That
2000.
seems like it would fit 98, 99.
Is Thursday through Saturday series in the SEC
This week, yeah, because of Easter
Who you guys playing?
at Florida.
Oh.
Florida was top 5. It got swept to South Carolina, so I feel like it's gonna be
Are we gonna
it's
have
kind of a tough
Little
one.
League? Are we gonna have the Little League World Series in
Ah,
the pen?
I hope not.
I sure as fuck do.
Who's Arkansas playing? They're probably going to get swept this weekend.
They're at home. I don't know who they
They're
got.
allowed
I know
to
the
say
next week they're at Ole Miss. And
They'll get
usually-
swept. Both of them. both
No,
Ole Miss and Arkansas. will
When
get
you,
swept.
when you weren't here the other day, we got brought up,
Oh yeah.
and Owen said how he went and tailgated with his boys, and that Brandon says that he thinks it's like the worst sport.
You never heard my take
in the
about
history
this.
of like planet Earth.
I
What,
think
Little
Little League
League
World
World
Series
Series?
is one of the worst sporting events we do in this country. I think it's awful. I can't believe people can watch it. It's terrible.
You're out of your mind.
I'm not out of my mind. It's 12-year-olds playing baseball.
It's the most unpredictable shit you could see. Like where, like
It's
expect-
very
now. If
predictable.
ever, I don't know if we're gonna get. I know we're in hot water. I don't want to get in trouble. If we are allowed to gamble on it, I think it's great. But if we ever do, so hypothetically, from a gambling perspective, you're down 6 runs in the 6th inning or the last inning, Reds versus Pirates. You probably shut the game off and you're watching a movie with the wife and the girlfriend.
And both of them at the
And
same
the girl-
time.
and
Both
the Gilmore.
time. Both at the same time. We got Zoom now. That Little League game is never dead. You could be down 9
I don't
runs.
know. What are
with
you
2
seeing?
out.
It's
It's just unpredictable. It's fucking. It's wild. You get the kids
Well,
who are like
there it's like-
swaggy.
well-
it's fun.
I think it's unpredictable because one, the pitch count, and two, some of the pitching discrepancies on teams can be so big. Where you have one guy who's just throwing gas, striking everybody out. You might not have another guy. He might just be your horse.
Right.
He hits the 85 pitch count. You're throwing the left fielder all of a sudden comes into pitches.
I think it's a lot of
walks a
fun.
couple
A lot of
guys. It gets
unpredictability.
crazy.
Also, it's the last amateur event in this country. They fucking hoard everything else out.
Oh, and shout out to the NCAA getting absolutely skull fucked.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that.
I love that.
Speaking of horse
Love
racing,
it.
finally, horse racing has a contest worth playing. Stable Duel brings more action with its fantasy-style game where you play against each other or others for big money payouts. Very similar to fantasy football, fantasy baseball. You simply draft your team of 10 horses and watch the points rack up. There are daily games with big cash prizes, easy to use, even if you're new to the sport. You don't have to know much about horse racing. Can you read a phone? Can you read a computer? You can compete and win money on Stable Duel app. Go download the Stable Duel app right now and start playing right out of the gate. That's the Stable Duel app. StableDuel. Download it, have fun, make money.
Can I get my picks?
Did you not give them yet?
No. Knicks, Jazz, Spurs.
Knicks, Jazz, Spurs.
I want to get to the point. Knicks, Jazz, Spurs.
What point? Do you want to talk about the NCAA?
Whatever you got next, yeah.
Okay. Why are you hollering at me?
Because
Why are you rushing me?
It's getting close.
We got
yeah.
time. We got
I know
time.
how to
We're
time
fine.
manage. Not Jawan Howard.
You mean Chris?
Boom.
Juwan? Did he time manage bad last night? He was just everything bad
It
last
wasn't
night.
great last night, yeah.
I thought Cronin definitely outcoached him.
Without a doubt.
All right. Why was Hunter Dickinson inbounding the ball? Why wasn't he an option? At least you take away defensive eyeballs. I mean, don't you think that would, if you put him in the middle, you're going to have collapse and maybe you open up a three? Why was he inbounding the fucking ball? Why was he inbounding the ball?
Tall.
I thought Rico called it. Juwan Howard, he laid his egg on the big stage. He
never been
said
to a
it for a
Final
long
Four.
time. It's true. It's
Well, as a
fact.
player, he went to two.
Find me the banners.
I don't need banners. I saw it with my eyeballs. They blew it, Chris Webber.
It's a shame, just a cheating institution.
Yep.
They cheated.
Do you think Ohio State's ever cheated?
No.
Okay. All right. Very good.
Cheat, no.
Gonzaga started out as a Cinderella. Gonzaga started out as a mid-major. They built and built and built, and now they are one of the premier programs in college basketball. Arguably, could be the premier program in college basketball if things go well next week. Let's say they finish this title, they win the title. I was thinking last night, if Brad Stevens had never left Butler, who played for 2 national titles as a mid-major last decade, 2010, 2011, if Brad Stevens never left Butler, does he beat Gonzaga to the punch as far as being a mid-major to win a national title? I say it's a very decent thing to think about because he already played for 2 national titles and his recruiting was about to really open up. He was about to move to the Big East. He was going to get a bigger player pool.
See, I actually think
Don't you think that helps to be in a bigger conference?
it worked for Gonzaga where they're the horse. If he stays in the horizon and then he's just a top 10, top 15 every year, play the non-conference games, don't get tested. I also think Gonzaga's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, 21 years.
Yeah, no, it
Like,
took a while.
Find me Butler
Okay, but Butler 2003, they were a 12 seed that upset a 5 seed.
Yeah.
And then they built and built, and they were always in that 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then they were a 5 seed twice, went to the Final Four. It was a progression. Gonzaga didn't start out as a 1 seed.
Right.
They started out as a 12 seed, 13 seed,
I
and
think
now
it's an
they're a perennial
interesting-
1 seed.
it's
Could
definitely-
Butler could be a perennial 1 seed right now.
I
if
could see
Stevens
them
is safe.
fighting with Nova at the top of the Big East every
Yeah.
year. I could
Definitely
see
an
that.
interesting hypothetical because then you would have like a great storyline of the West underdog and the East underdog almost every year. I think it would be fun to see them compete together every year.
It's just crazy how long Gonzaga's been good, and it basically took until like this year to get like a 5-star, like a legitimate, like a real top 5 recruit in the country.
He was
Jalen
doing the
Suggs.
overseas. He was doing the overseas thing.
Jalen Suggs?
No, few.
For a
yeah,
little while.
a lot of his
Like
guys,
going
yeah.
to get guys like under the radar. Like who the fuck's this guy? Like
Spokane,
Well,
Washington's
he's still
not
got a
the
couple-
best place to
I
recruit
mean, still
to.
got
recruits.
Yayi, and
Yeah.
he's
Listen,
from France.
He's still getting those guys, but I'm just saying, like few had to grind and work for everything they got.
No, he built his brand by recruiting internationally and getting players in, and now he doesn't really have to lean on that. He can get pretty much whoever he wants now, which is incredible. It's a tiny school in rural Washington. I guess Spokane itself isn't rural, but it's in a rural area.
Yeah, it's random.
I mean, just grabbing a kid from Minnesota, like he wasn't even a West Coast kid.
No, they just got a guy. I think they just got a guy from Denver, a 5-star from Denver that committed last week.
Once you see like a Suggs go there, and you know he's going to be a top 5 pick. Once a couple of kids see that, like that's it. Like now people will, and they see the success they have, they will go there.
He was hammering the transfer portal for a while. Gonzaga was getting a lot of big ones.
All right, very quickly, just to take up our time. Gonzaga, UCLA, Houston, Baylor. Can Houston beat Baylor?
Yeah,
I'm leaning.
I think that's the only one. That's the
Can
one
they?
that
Yeah.
can be close because I think the first one's a blowout. So that one
You
has.
see, it's only a 5-point spread.
5.
That
yeah.
tells me a lot
They're
about
giving Houston
Houston.
some respect, some serious respect.
You said,
me a
I
lot
think you
about
said last
Houston.
week when you saw it, if it was, I don't know when you said it, but I think I remember you saying it. If it comes out and it's Baylor 9.5 or 10, hammer Baylor. But if it's Houston, if it's 5, that gives you.
It makes you worry a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
I
Also-
think Houston can hang with them.
I feel like even just watching Houston that last game with Cuse, even or who they just play last game? Oregon State. I meant like you just see kind of you can just see they still have that chip, like where Baylor still, even though like they've been like number 2, they've
Yeah.
still been getting their dick sucked like for the last couple of years. Where Houston, it's like even now we're sitting here talking sports show saying they didn't beat a single digit seed in the tournament.
Well, that's the truth.
It's the truth, but I'm saying I just see even the way they play the demeanor. I feel like they have this big chip on their shoulder. I just feel like they're gonna get Baylor's gonna get Houston's best game.
Yeah,
I think they show up.
I think this is going to be 2 unders, and I think it's 2 favorites. 2 favorites and 2 unders.
I love Gonzaga first half because I worry about that back door where they sit on the leads. But real quick to end it on that Gonzaga thing, you'd be the wrong 2 guys to ask, but you're a New York guy. If you grab somebody in 1985 and said who's going to be a more storied program, St. John's or Gonzaga, that guy would have been like, no way. And it's true. Gonzaga is fucking way more storied than St. John's.
I think
and guys around here locally can't figure it out.
You could have asked that question in 1995.
Exactly. Yeah. It's
I
crazy.
never heard of Gonzaga until 99.
That's what I'm saying. It's just, St. people like, oh, St. John's, the Garden. It ain't going to work. It's no longer.
They were just John Stockton's alma mater for about 15 years.
Yep.
All right, Last Pick Central. The Yak is up next. Good talk, boys.